Jenny Eclair will be kicking off the new year in style. She's touring with a new show based on her memoir, Jokes, Jokes, Jokes. And she joins me now. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you. You are looking particularly delightful.
Well, thank you.
In your Lurex. Daytime Lurex.
Don't bring a lit flame near it. It'll go up in one. You know what, Jenny? I was looking back at your career, because this is a very personal, but you've written lots of novels, but this is about your life. And you do it, obviously, with a very funny lens about some really serious topics too, you know, motherhood, anorexia, but also your start in comedy and so on. And when you look back and you go, Jenny Eclair was the first woman to win the very prestigious Edinburgh Comedy Awards, which was known as the Perrier Awards. We will all remember them. It's had the likes of Stephen Fry, Steve Coogan.
I don't think Fry
Tim
won
Minchin.
it.
Well, it's on their website.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But the kind of elite of comedy that you are in is absolutely extraordinary.
Yes, it was a lucky win, but
I wanted it very win.
No, I wanted it very badly. But if you read the book, of course, I had a massive sort of, you know, like women aren't very good at being successful sometimes, and because often you're the donkey at the back. And so when you do win something, you have that terrible imposter syndrome immediately and just go, oh God, I can't have this. Don't give it to me. Don't give it to me. I'm not worthy, all that sort of thing.
But as the first woman, you must have felt like that 10 times over.
That was, absolutely terrible, and very hungover as well, because I didn't know how to stop celebrating because I was 35. And I mean, it's all in the book. There was a stage invasion where I went on stage with Leo Sayer, who wasn't expecting me, and sang a song with him. I can't sing, but it was 3 a.m. and that's how I was celebrating.
And is this kind of what happens on tour?
Oh, God, now you must be joking. On tour now, I kick off at the end of January, I think in Salford, with Jokes, 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 the live memoir show, which is very much, it's an autobiographical show, it's a memoir show, it's got slides, I think the book, in some respects, is a love letter to my parents, to my family, to my upbringing, to what it was to be a child in the 60s, a teenager in the 70s. It's very of its time. Yeah. And, you know, I'm very easily dated because I was born in 1960, so I spend every decade within its decade.
Yes.
It's very easy. And, but I'm now 64. So I'm driven, obviously, because I can't see at night and I can't drive on motorways. So it would take me 3 days to get anywhere. And I sit in the passenger seat and I have a tapestry kit and I do my tapestry.
Wow. This is in between shows?
Well, on the drive, the shows are my treat, but the drive, you know, the getting there. And in the old days, I used to keep a bottle of white wine in the glove box. They fit exactly. And this is what you learn when you've toured as much as I have. Yeah. That all glove boxes should actually be refrigerated. But according to my urologist, because I'm at an age now where I have a urologist, I'm not allowed to drink white wine anymore. So my life's kind of ruined. But I do like vodka. So,
right. I'm sure your urologist is delighted to hear that.
Delighted to hear that.
Can I ask you, at 64, has the imposter syndrome gone?
To a large extent, yes. I think I'm marvellous and I think that I'm underrated. I think it's gone too far the other way now. I just think that actually I should be, should be in the middle of Trafalgar Square. There should be a statue to me.
I think you're taking the mickey there, but I actually agree with you seriously.
I'm actually not taking the mickey.
Because if I look at the list of those who have won the same award as you, Eddie Izzard, Tim Minchin, Stephen Fry, Stephen Coogan, Frank Skinner, they're all on there. Sarah Millican, of course. But I just think as the first woman to have won that...
No, Sarah didn't win.
Oh, it's on their website.
Well, I did my
research.
I mean, Sarah is a fantastic, brilliant... Don't let me take that away, because I genuinely admire her hugely, hugely, hugely. But there are only 6 female winners.
In all of that time.
In all that time.
And so and you were the first woman. So I think that should be celebrated. And I feel like we should be more aware of what you did.
It was in the last millennium, around there. You know, it was a long time ago.
Can I also ask you, in the book, I mean, you have such a great... Obviously, this is how you are in and out of work, essentially. You've got funny bones, and you say that you have this ability to see tricky things in very, very sort of the ludicrous element of it.
There is ludicrousness in everything. You have to find it. You have to find it in death. You have to find it in illness. You have to find it in everything. Otherwise, life is too sad. Life is very difficult. Life is very painful. And you do really have to snatch at the silly bits.
It's wonderful the way you do it. But we're coming up to Christmas, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in the book where I think you talk about Christmas Day refusing to eat the dinner and throwing an egg at your mum.
Yeah.
And now you describe it, and it feels like a comical, ridiculous sitcom scene, but actually you're talking about an eating disorder.
My mother wasn't a crier. I made her cry when I was anorexic. I mean, you know, it is a weird thing. You know, being as big as I am now and as misshapen. And when I have a joke which goes along the lines, you know, when I tell people I used to have anorexia, they look at me as if to say, oh, I didn't know you could recover that well. And it is, you know, being a recovering anorexic, it's not like being a recovering alcoholic. If you haven't had a drink for 35 years, people go, well done, you. But if you've not missed a snack or a meal for 35 years, people start saying, are you thinking about diabetes? Maybe you should read this pamphlet. You know, it's sort of like. But no, I'm very happy in my own skin now. I do feel very much that the stage persona that I inhabit is so close to me, and it never used to be, because in the 90s it was such a fight, and it was so heckly and so ladetty and so toxic and so mad that my stage persona was a skin I put on.
Yeah, Jenny, I just think you are an absolute trailblazer, and it's an honour. I think it's fantastic.
Well, you're an absolute sweetheart.
I really do.
No, I know I love you more.
It's not possible. Jenny's tour kicks off on the 25th of January, and it's all based on Jokes, 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 which is your memoir that's out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
It's very kind.
Great.